So we are reading At the Dark End of the Street, Black Women, Rape and Resistance, A New History of the Civil Rights Movement from Rosa Parks to the Rise of Black Power by Danielle McGuire. And our sessions it started June 3rd and they last until July 29th. They are from 6:30 to 8.
In 1964, the leading club women of the NCNW and the YWCA, National Council of Catholic Women, and the National Council of Jewish Women, and the Church Women United, formed an interracial organization and sent teams of middle-class white women to Mississippi in an effort to establish ties among white and black women, observe civil rights projects, and to bear witness to atrocities. They helped bring in outside resources and institutional attention. However, the team was not comfortable documenting the sexual abuse on the front line of the freedom struggle. This left black women still unprotected from sexual violence and their struggle against sexual discrimination ignored. National and international attention was given to the major civil rights campaigns, leaving the stories of sexual abuse and violence against women in southern jails in the shadows. Despite this failure, black women like Endesha Ida Mae Holland was able to gain a new sense of empowerment by pushing aside fears of white violence and joining the local movement.
It's ridiculous. It's like, okay, you know what? A whole tour. I'm not okay with that. You know?
At age 11, he was sexually assaulted at the hands of a white employer and his wife, learning much too early that black women's bodies belong to everyone. She lost herself for 7 years, but freedom movement that said she was somebody, and working for the SNCC helped her regain her humanity. In what ways do you think our comfort level prevents tangible success in many of the change movements that have occurred historically and today? A lot of stuff going on back there.
That's okay.
Want to repeat that question? Want me to repeat it for you?
Yes.
Yes, Vanita.
Okay.
Yes, please.
In what ways do you think our comfort level prevents tangible success in many of the change movements that have occurred historically and today?
Okay.
Well, that's funny. When Joel was talking about all the black folks that are doing well and driving BMW
Yes, that 80s, honey.
and living large.
I was down in Panama City, Florida, man. I ain't never seen so many Beamers and I ain't never seen so many Beamers, Rolls Royce, Mercedes Benz. I saw a Maserati. I was like, it was like 99% black. P-Breeze gas stuff. Well, you know, I had my heart down. I thought I was doing okay.
Yeah. Well, what it made me think about is these are not the folks that are going to foment revolution.
Well, the first thing I want to say in regards to that question there, I'm going more to the reading there, that I have to hold out a great deal of respect for black women for what they've had to encounter that's unique to them being women, and what they've had to sacrifice in the name of, you know, freedom fighting for all of us. You know, black men, black women, and the entire nation. I think
thank
back.
You. On behalf of black women, I thank you.
Well, you're quite welcome. Your due is overdue. I think about the freedom bus rides. and that there were some young black women, you know, of college age in some instances, who were willing, knowingly, were going in to risk their lives, and also to be jailed, and being in jail out there in you know, the deep South, and away from even the city centers, is where these jails and prisons were, where they were sent. Very much susceptible to any manner of brutality and violation at the hands of these brutes, with virtually no counter. I think about the what Fannie Lou Hamer described as her experience when she was just picked up in town because she was identified as a supporter of Martin Luther King and the Civil Rights Movement, and she was jailed. And while she was jailed, she was brutally beaten and held down with the assistance of, I think, 2 black prisoners. Now, you know, we may want to strike at the black prisoners who assisted, but we also have to understand that they were in a no-win situation. If you don't assist this white brute in brutalizing this black woman, we're going to take you out right here on the spot too. So, you know, same thing with Emmett Till. From what I understand, his uncles were there when the white men came to the house to look for Emmett and take him away. So that being our situation, a terrible situation, our black women still decided to take a stand, and it's that kind of a yeah. Sorry,
I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
however,
that's fine.
My question is, after all the brutality that black women have been through at the hands of white men,
and our own too.
Yes. Why do black men, or did they give them okay to commit the same brutalities against black women also?
No, Benita, I think I was going to allude to this.
And I'm talking about, we're talking about historically, and we're talking about now.
Both.
Okay, you would think that after black men, and as fabulous as we are, and God knows we're the best thing that God ever put in this earth.
Yes.
Particularly black women.
Yes.
Okay? You would think, after witnessing the brutality and disrespect that we have been gotten from the white man, the black man, if you can't stand up for us, at least don't turn around and do the same thing that they're doing to us.
You're absolutely
for me.
You're
absolutely
right.
The historical part about it, because I have a husband for 31 years tomorrow.
Congratulations to you both.
And I have 2 sons. One is 37 and one is 26. God raised to be gentlemen.
Very good.
And my husband has never. Now, I'm not saying this a couple times. He probably thought, well, I like to choke her a little bit. But as long as that was a fleeting thought that I didn't hear, it's all good. I'm
sure.
Other than that, he calls me sweetheart, dear, Vanita. You know, so, you know, and I'm going to the present time. We talk about the historical stuff. What's going on after that?
Vanita, Joe Labib just celebrated 25 years of marriage too, so don't make him respond for all black men. But let's hear what he has to say.
I'm not blanketing all black men, because my husband doesn't do that. However, there's enough black men out there that are doing the same thing that white men have done to black women. See, we don't stand a chance. We got the white men that feel as though they can do anything that they want to, anytime they want to. You got the white woman, well, oh my God, they have the magical everything. Then we got the black man that turns around and beats you down too. So who do we turn to but ourselves?
I'm going to put the camera on Labib for a minute, and I'll be right back.
Vanita, you had alluded to that earlier, and I had wanted to simply say this. It's learned behavior. It's what it is. This is not to excuse it by any means, but it is to open a window of understanding of how that behavior is germinated. It's learned behavior, and we tend to learn as human beings. We come into this world learning from our environment and from the people and the things that are in our environment, our immediate environment. And then as our environment expands, we learn from the things and the people that are in that expanded environment. So, you know, it's just like, let me put it in blunt terms. You know, if a woman sleeps with a man that has a venereal disease, she's going to get that venereal disease. If she does not, she won't. So, and vice versa. So it's a learned behavior. So this is why I said earlier that we have to have an education about ourselves that is respecting of our humanity, and then we can unlearn or not perpetuate the negatives that we're talking about here, where you have you know, rape at the hands of your own blood relative or someone who looks like you, kind of thing. So that's it in a nutshell. My response.
Well, cool.
Well, I guess we'll keep it moving, huh?
Well, no, well, you know, if I may, the question: in what ways do you think our comfort level prevents tangible success in many of change movements that have occurred historically and today? And as our moderator, she alluded to before she left, you know, those people down in that I saw the Beamers and stuff with, you know, they're not going to be great change agents, or, you know, because their comfort level, you know what I mean? They're very comfortable at where they are. It kind of makes me go back to, you know, we start talking about reporting. You know, we have, Georgette had sent me a great video with Jimmy Carter, President Carter, a call to action. And he is very good. You can go on YouTube. He's on several interviews. His new book that's out that talk about, I mean, these numbers, I'm going to use the word diabolical. The numbers of the abuse that's happening to women. He's saying there's 100,000 women that go into, that are in the sex, that have been sold in the United States, that come to Atlanta every year. There's 800,000 sex slaves in the United States. In our generation, there were 100, and listen to this number. In his book, he said that in our generation, that there are 160 million women, girls, who have been murdered or missing today in a generation. 160 million. So when you talk about comfort level, he used two institutions. He used the institution, which we all know about, the institution of colleges that don't even report rape to the authorities because they don't want to, their comfort level, they don't want to expose their institution. I'm talking about, this is a federal crime. So that's this being, you know, the rapes are being handled by some type of administrative tribunal. There's a very good article of a school up in New York that had a young lady with that. And the other institution is the United States military, which the military,
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
26,000 assaults. And mind you, that half the assaults, sexual assaults, were men. That, you know, and the commanders, you know, not reporting it because their, you know, the comfort level in which they have, they want to make rank. So what the two institutions have together is that, you know, one president don't want to do the hard job of having rapes, saying that there are rapes on this particular college campus. And this is not just some geographical north-south. This is all over the country, that you do not report rape, a felony, to the law enforcement authorities, and it's okay, whether it be white girls, black girls, or whatever. And the United States military, which we're supposed to have the most stringent form of
Discipline.
legal system is in. I was in it for 22 years. They will court-martial over 50 cents. Georgette was in too. I don't know if the rest of you was in. They're court-martial, but the same thing. So what that tells you, they don't value women. You know, they don't value. You know, they don't value women. They have lip service that we care about our women and children, but they don't.
Good
Thank
point,
you.
Joe. Good point.